Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to go through my refrigerator. So I know that everyone always asks, what do I keep in my fridge? What do I keep in my freezer, pantry? We're going to cover all the things, but today we're going to focus mainly on the refrigerator. I'm going to kind of go through some things, let you know why I have them in there, how I use them, what concoctions I create, and such. So if you are not already subscribed to this channel, I offer nutrition advice, nutrition education, home workouts, and much more. So remember to subscribe and click the notifications button if you have not already done so. Okay, let's hop right into it. So I just kind of unloaded my refrigerator and we're gonna kind of go through it. So I actually need to freeze the remaining lasagna style dish that I made. So anytime that I am making a pasta dish, I am Italian, I love pasta. Any Italians out there, let me know in the comments. But I use Banza pasta. Typically it's Banza brand, but regardless of the brand, chickpea pasta or lentil pasta. I do like edamame pasta, but not as much as the chickpea and lentil. So the reason for this is because it's high protein, high fiber, and it's lower glycemic compared to most other pastas. Pasta in general is about medium glycemic. It's not as high as things like white rice and bread and things like that. But you know, anytime we can get additional protein, additional fiber, it's going to be so much more beneficial. And remember, we want to stick with low glycemic because it has minimal effect on our blood sugar and ultimately little impact on spikes of insulin, okay? Because remember, when we're in the presence of insulin, we cannot burn fat. So we want to steer clear of high glycemic foods that trigger very, very quick blood sugar spike. Okay, so in this dish, I actually created my own ricotta cheese out of cashews. So I myself am mostly vegan. If any of you guys would like that recipe, drop recipe in the comments and I can link that. And actually, you don't have to do it because I'll link it below. How about that? So I will link that. Homemade sauce, a little vegan cheese, bada boom, bada bang, and you're done. Okay, so I clap. I clap a lot. So if you don't follow my videos, you better get used to it, my friends. Okay, so that is that. Truwhip. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no order of anything. I'm just going to pull it as it comes. Truwhip. If you have never had Truwhip, you're missing out. Okay, so they have the vegan, they have the regular. It is like a healthier Cool Whip, if you will. So I make, and this is almost daily, I make a protein pudding out of vegan protein powder, PB Fit powder, so it's powdered peanut butter, add a little water, mix it up, add a little mixed nut butter from Costco. If you've not had it, you need to try it. And I top it with the Truwhip. Absolutely amazing. It fulfills the sweet tooth like no other, and you're getting high fiber, high protein, and well, not super high fiber, I should say, but high protein, lower glycemic, and so very few carbs. The carbs are healthy carbs, and obviously healthy fat through the nut butter, okay? Mixed nut butter has sunflower seeds, has chia seeds, has almonds, cashews, all the things other than peanuts, okay? If you were not aware, peanuts are considered a legume, whereas all other nuts are not. So if you do have a little GI distress, then you might want to check out what you are eating that contains peanuts. I know that anytime that you overconsume something, you almost create an allergy, develop an allergy from overconsumption. So if you are someone that eats peanut butter every day, and your protein bars have peanut butter, and your protein shake is peanut butter flavored, then you might want to try a little bit of like almond or cashew instead for a little while and switch it up a little bit. Talking about nuts, the only milk that I will ever have in my refrigerator is almond milk, or sometimes I do the hemp milk. Sometimes when Presley was younger, I would do the hemp milk, but mostly it's cashew milk or almond milk, and then sometimes I get a combination of both. But that is what I usually use that in my coffee as my creamer. And I tried this brand out, So Delicious. I do like So Delicious with some of their items. Honestly, this was not my favorite, and so it's been in there for some time. I should probably pitch it, but what I do like, nut pods. This creamer is amazing. This is almond plus coconut creamer French vanilla. It is so good, and there's no sugar. I use stevia in the raw for my sweetener with everything. So I even put that in my coffee. I love it. And Presley, her chocolate milk is, I always make a big batch of it. It's this vanilla unsweetened almond milk. And then I use chocolate Orgain or whatever protein powder I have. I'm actually a Propello Life rep, so sometimes I'll use their chocolate. I'm going to become an Isogenics rep because I absolutely love it. I do not discriminate. I like to switch it up myself. Some days I like a little bit more of like a silkier taste, so I like the Isogenics. Other days I like a little bit more of a, thicker, heartier taste, so I use Propello Life, and Orgain is a little sweeter, so I always kind of mix it up. But if you guys have any questions about any protein shakes or anything like that, powder, then please let me know in the comments. Nuts. I load up on nuts. Okay, drop whatever you want in the comments. Okay, pistachios. Pistachios, I got pecans. I have my cashews. Every vegan always has raw cashews because you can create so much from that in terms of like a cheese. So pecans, walnuts, all the things, okay? Costco is where to find your nuts for cheap. I have some vegan cheese. Follow Your Heart is my favorite brand. But I will say I was never a cheddar cheese fan, but Daiya has these slices that I am bad. I get in this habit, and sometimes, it's like, I'm like, gosh, I gotta like kick it. But do I really? Do I really gotta kick it? I don't know. I have healthier crackers, which we'll go over when I invade my pantry in the next video. And I do crackers and then a couple pieces of, like I break off tiny little pieces of the cheese and crackers while I'm making dinner or whatever, or after dinner. I just love it. Okay, so when it comes to tortillas, there is not a tortilla that tastes amazing, the texture's amazing, the protein content's amazing. It's high protein, low carb. I mean, very few brands are gonna have everything. So the Be Free brand is the absolute best when it comes to bread, tortillas, because it has everything you're looking for. It's vegan, it's kosher, it's gluten-free, it's all the things, okay? But I am like 95% gluten-free, but when it comes to tortillas, sometimes it is what it is, okay? So Mission has the protein, the plant-powered protein. I like that from time to time. Seite, I don't know how to pronounce it, Seite. They have really good tortillas as well. Again, I always just kind of make the La Tortilla Factory has some good ones. Again, sometimes I just try them. I don't eat them every day, so it is what it is. Everything in moderation. Okay, so you can kind of see it better from the back. It is a coleslaw mix. I don't usually get that, but I was at Whole Foods and I needed a little something to jazz up my salad. When it comes to salad, and then we have berries. I'm going to put some of this stuff back while I'm talking. So berries are low glycemic, which is what we want to stick with because, like I said, minimal spikes in blood sugar. Okay, another Costco find. This is the sweet kale mix. Every single day I eat this salad. Brussels sprouts, Costco, baby, that's what I love. I have mushrooms. I get the portobello mushrooms. I have some Granny Smith apples in there. So typically if I'm doing fruit, I'm buying berries or Granny Smith apples, okay? Very low glycemic. Apples, a little higher glycemic, but still considered low glycemic. And I actually make one of my protein puddings with Granny Smith apples. So I use, and maybe I'll put that in the comments. I'll put a little link there with the recipe. But on my salad, I know I'm hopping around again, but my salad, I basically do this sweet kale mix. I'll toss in a little extra like the coleslaw stuff because I like crunch. Edamame, dry roasted edamame. Wasabi, my friends, give it a go. If you have not had it, you're missing out. If you like spice, give it a try. Pistachios, I love the crunch, but edamame, you guys, for 1/3 cup, you have 4 net impact carbs, 14 grams of protein. Can you flipping believe it? Incredible, incredible. So everyone's like, how do you get enough protein, Sarah? Ways like that, to where you're not having to, eat a ton of meat, and it's still, just gonna get you to that macro count. Okay, so here is another follow your heart. Parmesan, if you guys have not tried their Parmesan cheese, holy moly, you are missing out. Incredible. And again, you don't want to be over consuming vegan cheeses, but I mean, every now and then it's good. Okay, I use melt butter, again, vegan butter, and there's some other good ones out there, but okay, so this is leftover. This is spaghetti squash. Now, if you've never cooked spaghetti squash, it is one of the coolest, in my opinion, coolest vegetables ever. It is just so interesting. So honestly, sometimes I will just have it with some tomato sauce, and then I will put nutritional yeast on there. That is another thing I want to show you here in a second, because nutritional yeast is what vegans use as the Parmesan cheese, because it's a cheesy flavor. Okay, so Bragg's makes it. There's other brands, but you guys, for 2 tablespoons, you have 5 grams of protein. Okay, so that's a lot of protein if you're doing a couple tablespoons just in seasoning. So my favorite thing to use this on is broccoli and also pasta. I'll do a little butter on there. I'll do some nutritional yeast, and then maybe melt a little bit of that follow your heart Parmesan cheese, and it's so yummy, so yummy. And I'm gonna put some of this stuff back so things don't go bad, and we'll mix this around. Okay, so I also have my instant coffee in there. People just laugh at me all the time. They're like, what in the world are you doing? Okay, we have some veggie broth in here. Again, I don't do chicken broth or anything like that, but I think this is another thing to mention. And I think I threw out, gotta get a new one. I gotta show you these because this is what I absolutely, positively live for every single night. I am such a creature of habit. Lately, I have been chopping up portobello mushrooms, and then I also chop up Brussels sprouts, toss it in a skillet with some water, and then once the water evaporates, I add some of that butter in there, and then I add some liquid aminos, and then I sprinkle it with a little bit of stevia, and then this chili paste is the flipping bomb diggity. Sambal Oelek. I don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's what it looks like. They have the garlic and they have the regular. I myself am not a huge fan of the garlic. I'm not a garlic Asian-y person. I like my garlic with Italian, and that's it. I know that might sound weird, but it is what it is. But okay, so the only thing you want to make sure is that you are sucking down a lot of water, because of the sodium content is a little bit higher, but it is so good, that flavor combination. So again, if you need to know it, then ask me in the comments and I can remind you. And then what else do we got? Put this back. I don't want this video to be so stinking long, but I have some Tito's and wine down below, y'all, okay? Because that's real life. And then here are our homemade gummy bears. So again, if you want the recipe, let me know. A little gelatin, a little True Lemonade packet. You're good to go. All right, so that's it for this video. And please remember to contact me if you are wanting to step up your nutrition game, do a little online coaching. I customize everything accordingly to your tastes, your schedule, food allergies, food preferences, and your goals, obviously, okay? So everyone have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.